Hello, everyone. This is Mocha Mommy, and I'm just going to do a really quick live. Um, this live is really dedicated to a content creator in this space who has really inspired me, um, not just online, but offline. So, um, just in honor of her, I'm going to kind of share a story about what I've been up to. So, after before I went on vacation, I had decided that I was going to step away. Hi, Locked Honey Princess. Hi, Afrocentric Woman. That I was going to step away from the urgent care and emergency room sector of my hospital system and move into long-term acute care rehab. Okay. And the reason why I made that move was just with everything going on, I just felt it was in my best interest to just step away from something that was becoming very stressful and was having a negative impact on just my well-being, on my family, and then just accept a part-time job in our growing hospital systems rehabilitation sector. So since starting that job, it's been really great. I definitely have a much better work-life balance, and I'm a lot happier only working part-time, as is my family. So it's been working out really well. But there are a couple of lessons that I've learned on this job that I think may be very helpful. I think a lot of us Black women in healthcare, okay, this especially is to you RNs, okay, to my registered nurses. Be very conscious of how you treat your CNA certified nurses aides and medical assistants. Be very conscious of how you treat them. Because let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, these accelerated master's degree programs are real, as is tuition reimbursement, and karma is a bitch. Let me tell you something. I'm going to call this young woman Tiffany. So Tiffany has been in our hospital system for about 10 years before even I was there. She's been there for 10 years as a nurse's aide. Decided that she did not want to be a nurse herself, decided to take more of an administrative route. And because of her tuition reimbursement, her proximity to the healthcare system, she is now in healthcare administration, hospital administration. So she is going to be doing like our patient safety and quality control. So I am extremely happy for her. When I saw her at the orientation a while back, I was like, Tiffany, congratulations, because I just feel whenever a Black woman gets a master's degree, it's worth celebrating. So shout out to her. Congratulations to her. And she deserves that very big salary that they are giving her. She deserves it because she has worked very hard. So I look forward to having some lunch with her next week. And I'm very happy for her. But with that being said, all of those nurses who treated her shady, talked down to her, and decided to not give her the respect that she was due, all of them are going to have to now report to Tiffany. Tiffany is going to be what stands between them and their next promotion and raise. Tiffany is going to be scouring your chart work and be sending patient tracers on through. So RNs, be respectful of your aides and assistants because these accelerated master's degree programs are real. And karma's a bitch. I'm happy for Tiffany. I like her little air-conditioned office. But to some of them other nurses, well, sorry for you. All right, now the next dynamic I want to talk about in the workplace is, let me try to explain. I'm going to explain, okay, Miss Carol. I'm going to call her Miss Carol, okay? That's the next dynamic. Now, I know that in this sector of YouTube, we always talk about who we're not going to talk to, what we're not going to deal with, things we're getting away from. But in my experience, in my personal experience, I've just found that it was better for me to navigate these situations as opposed to ignore them. Strategically navigate the situation. What do I mean by that? Well, when it comes to Miss Carol, she's an older Black woman. She has a lot of influence because she's been there for a long time. She's a vocational nurse. She's been there for a long time. She has a lot of allies and a lot of the other Black women, vocational nurses and nurses' aides. So she has like a lot of clout. But she is in this struggle love relationship that she makes it clear that she broadcasts all the time. Completely inappropriate to be discussing at work, but she does not hesitate to talk about it all the time. Now, I could be like, you struggle love relationship, I don't want to hear this, don't talk about this at work. I could do that, or I could ignore her. But the problem is she has a lot of influence along with a lot of the support staff and the other vocational nurses. So if I ignore her, I run the risk of her ignoring me and my patients, and then her entourage following suit. I also kind of run the risk of, if I put in my 2 cents, 25 cents, 30 cents, however many cents that everybody else be putting in, I also run the risk of alienating her because apparently she's been in this struggle love relationship for several decades, right? There's some form of it, on again, off again for like 20 something years. Okay. So here's how I navigate around the Miss Carol situation, right? When she starts talking about her struggle love relationship and she starts assembling the audience that she usually does in the break room or around the nurse's station, I say, oh my gosh, I'm sorry that you're having a bad day, Miss Carol. I'm about to make myself a cup of tea. Would you like me to bring you some? And then I take the long way around to the coffee machine and I make myself a cup of tea. I take a couple sips. I make Miss Carol a cup of tea if she wants a cup of tea. And then I come back over and I bring her a cup of tea, glass of water, whatever it is I offered her. I say, here you go, Miss Carol. I hope your day gets better from here. And then walk away. Why do I do that? Because it's better to look like I have compassion for a situation I really don't care about. Hey, Queen Mercy. Queen Mercy, you have really, really great content. Thank you so much for sharing your life with us and your viewing experience of the movies and the shows that you watch. So thank you so much. But basically, yeah, I'm like, do you need a glass of water, Miss Carol? And I get her glass of water and then I give her a glass, like, I hope your day gets better from here. Now I look compassionate. Hi, Glitches. Hi, Lemon Collie. But basically, I just give her a glass of water, a cup of tea, and then I just keep it moving. Because I really don't want to alienate her because I know how much influence she has. But at the same time, I don't want to hear her story. I don't want to hear her struggle love issues. Don't nobody get paid for that. It's not in my job description to be dealing with people's personal problems. Whatever. So I don't really deal with her like that. But I make like a nice gesture. So thank you, Afrocentric woman. But yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I don't deal with that. I don't deal with that. I mean, if I wanted drama, I'd watch Love and Hip Hop. I don't want to deal with that. So the next thing I want to talk to you younger ladies about in the workplace is, okay, I've talked about this in my Trucks and Manhood video. You guys can check that out. But the Black male security guards in the hospital system. Okay, I've talked a lot about Gen Z Black men and kind of where they're coming from. All right. I think that they have an understanding that there is like a failure to launch and that they're not in the best position economically. Like they're just not. And then, they're surrounded by like younger Black women who earn twice as much, 3 times as much as what they do. and are not really stunting them, are not really considering them romantically, kind of overlook them, don't really have a lot of respect for them because they're not in any position of authority. And it sometimes leads to this unspoken tension where they hang around like the nurse's break room and the nurse's station and bring up these very inflammatory topics or say these things that they're trying to bait you into an argument. And I've seen this for years. This has been going on for years. And here's the way I like navigate those situations, okay? What I typically do is I ask those men to do something for me, right? That has to do with their job. I'll say something along the lines like, Mr. I don't know, let me think of a name. Okay, Mr. Marcus, Mr. Carl, whatever. Mr. Bob, I don't know, whatever his name is. But I will just say to him, it's like, oh, especially when I was in the emergency room, I'm like, I just gave this patient some medication. Can you just go and walk them out to their car and make sure that they're okay, that they make it to their car okay, or make it out to their Uber okay? Can you just make sure that they make it out okay? I just gave them some medication. Or now that I'm in a rehab, a lot of the patients, when they go see their family in the reception area, they leave like their wheelchairs or their assistance devices like walkers. So can you please just go down there and check for me, see if they've left any unsecured medical equipment? I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I make it a point to make it sound like I need some kind of security issue. Or like, you know what? Patient in room 3, 4 went to radiology, and those small little, Filipino girls that work down there. Can you just make sure that they got down there okay with that patient, right? Can you just make sure that they got down there okay, and make sure that that patient can get on the table on and off okay? Just, can you get away, just basically to get them away from the nurse's station. Because what they're doing is they're coming with these inflammatory topics or this celebrity gossip or these political topics to kind of get you engaged in an argument. And what they're really doing, ladies, is cock blocking. Okay? They're cock blocking and they're opportunity blocking you. Okay? In Austin, it's new resident season. All right? It is new resident season. So that means that all the new residents are coming through because it's, fall. All the other medical professionals that have to do like practicums and rotations through our hospital system, they're all coming on through. And these are men who are younger, who are better looking, who make more money, who, new resident season. Right. Them soon to be doctors, these fellows, they all coming through, right? These physical therapists, occupational therapists, is new resident season, okay? And they are trying to cock block you. And let me tell you something, in the city of Austin, all right? In the city of Austin, where you've got, the L'Oreal Sarkisons and the Tara Davises, listen, they know they don't have the stronghold they used to have. So now they got to be very, very on their game when it comes to cock blocking you, because they understand more now than ever that you have options, and they know they don't want you to exercise them. So they're going to try to get you in arguments about, Kamala Harris this and Kamala Harris that. Listen, Kamala Harris ain't near none of my patients, okay? She ain't on my patient census. I don't care nothing about no, I don't care nothing about no daggone Kamala Harris. But I don't say that, okay? I don't do that. So basically what I do is I just send them away, and I just try to listen, I don't have to explain my ideologies to everybody, right? Or explain how I feel about certain situations. But typically what I like to do is just like de-escalate and deflect. And what I want you to do, my young nurses and my young medical professionals, to do is, I would much rather you be talking to the Tiffany's right, who are doing these accelerated master's programs. I would much rather you talk to the Mocha mommies who have military and civilian healthcare experience. I would much rather you talk to these nurses who have just come off of these travel assignments, right? And I want you to basically use that time to get acquainted into your field. All right. I want you to use that time for your own professional growth and development. So I don't want you to, hey, it's Call Me Coco. Hi. But yeah, I don't want you ladies to just be all caught up in these arguments when these new residents is here. You know what I mean? All these physical therapists walking around, you know, with they polo shirts and they khakis on, you know, making these big checks. What you arguing with the security guard for? About some Kamala Harris? She ain't a patient here. Don't do it, y'all. Don't do it. De-escalate and deflect. Don't. Don't. Like, don't engage. I'm talking about some Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris ain't a patient here. Get out of here with that. So really, you know, let's talk to these physical therapy majors, you know, that's coming out of these good schools. I mean, we got them coming from Texas Tech, TCU, UT, Texas State. Hey, what y'all doing talking to these security guards? Especially because y'all cute too. I told y'all on my last live about the occupational therapist that was there, that the guys were asking about. Trinidadian girl, cute. Turns out I did talk to her today. Turns out she's not natural. She says she's Tex-Laxed, and she just didn't put any heat on it that day because she was working. Well, hey, shout out to you, sis. You still look good. Your hair still looks good. You still cute in your scrubs. Okay, you still cute. So, yeah, you know, she's still cute. She's still cute. And so she's from Trinidad. She's got a very nice body, gorgeous skin, very pretty. And she's into occupational therapy, and her specialty is like adaptive technology. You know, I love, which is interesting. And she said she picked Austin because, you know, all the technology that's happening here, especially with Elon Musk kind of coming to town. And he's doing a lot of things with Neuralink and adaptive technology. And she really wants to get into that. Oh my gosh, those young, I think Locked Honey Princess, I think you may have done some orthopedics. Those orthopedic surgeons was eating that up. The orthopedic fellows, they was eating that up because, you know, some of them, they be nerdy like that. No offense to that word. I shouldn't use that word. Some of them are very intellectually inclined to hear, you know, to talk about that. You know, they want to know about prosthesis and Neuralink prosthesis and all that. And she could just keep them engaged. You know, I'm saying, like, oh, okay. You know, she's talking about adaptive devices, occupational therapists. Go ahead, sis. You know? Yeah, they're definitely a different breed. You know what? I can say this. They're definitely more polite and more personable than the emergency room guys. Because I feel like the emergency room guys are kind of adrenaline junkies, and they don't really have like a strong working knowledge of chronic disease disorders. And you know what? I'll be honest, I don't either, especially coming out of the military. That's one of the downsides of military medicine. You don't get a lot of chronic disease management. So yeah, they are. Some of them are. Yeah, my husband is definitely, he's a tech nerd, and yeah, definitely, he is definitely very good looking. Oh my gosh. So yeah, you know, I'm starting to learn to appreciate them a lot more, because usually sometimes I would only see them for like consults of you know, of emergent injuries that I'd have to consult for in case they need surgery after I've splinted, you know, things like that. So I haven't had as much interaction with them career-wise. So yeah, this is my first time really working a lot with ortho, working a lot with physical therapy, occupational therapy. And I really do appreciate all the hard work that they put in to get our patients, you know, a better quality of life. So I do appreciate them. Yeah, I definitely do. So that's kind of what's going on. And I wanted to make sure that I sent love to this particular woman in this YouTube space who's done a lot for me online and offline. So just as she continues to just do great things, I'm really happy for her. And I just want to give you ladies to know that you don't always have to ignore people, but sometimes healthy boundaries can really help you navigate and just make your workplace a better environment. So it's not necessarily about always, I don't know, just act in your own best self-interest, and you will be surprised how small gestures can mean a big thing. And I understand that there are definitely people who are definitely not safe to be around physically or emotionally. And I get that. And to leave those people behind and leave them in your rearview mirror and never turn back, that's smart. That's smart. But at the same time, make sure that your work environment is a pleasant place. So you don't have to get into arguments or get into the toxicity to make sure that your work environment is a pleasant place. But just be cognizant of ways you can avoid the drama, but still make sure that you're still winning. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, definitely protect your peace, but also protect the peace of your new work environment. So ladies, I'm gonna hi Sha on demand. But basically, I'm just wanted to give you ladies that lesson and give you an update to all of you young, Tiffany's out there who are in these accelerated master's degree programs. Know that, hey, listen, the best revenge is your paper. Girl, all those mean nurses. Listen, wow, all you can do is laugh. So anyway, I'll see you ladies later, and thank you so much for taking this time to listen.